Hi guys, Chris here at Purely Outdoors, and today I've got one of my favourite awnings on review. This is the brand new Dometic Residence Stay. We're going to get into all of the features, but I think this is going to be a real awning to watch for 2026 and beyond. So let's get straight in, and I want to start with the fabric. So this is a brand new fabric from Dometic. It sort of replaces the Residence All Season that we've seen previously. Had a lot of success with that awning. It's been very, very popular. But all they've done is slightly tweaked it. A few design elements have changed, and most notably, the fabric is what they've changed. So the Stay fabric is a hybrid construction. So the main body, the main wall of the fabric is polycotton. So they've gone for a lighter blend. So instead of 310 gram that they used on the old Residence All Season, they've gone slightly more lightweight at 280 gram. But what they've done is they've added a ripstop to the actual polycotton as well. So you're still getting all that breathability, but the ripstop sort of reinforces it and just adds a bit of strength, especially in high winds, just gives a bit more stability. So that's the sort of main body fabric. And then on the roof, we then see a brand new fabric to the whole industry. So this is called polypropylene. And what you'll notice when you sort of touch and feel this fabric is that you've got a smooth side on the outer. So great as a roof fabric because it's going to be really easy to sort of wipe clean. So it almost feels like a PVC on the outer. So great, especially on longer trips, you're going to be able to keep that roof fabric nice and clean. And again, the fabric itself is hydrophobic. So that means that water can't actually sit on the fabric itself. So any condensation, any moisture that's in the air will escape through those polycotton walls, and it won't be able to sit on that roof fabric. So a very, very clever fabric, and they've used the two in sort of harmony with each other to give you a fabric that's going to withstand greater periods. So it can be up for sort of 9 months of the year, extended stays throughout the UK and Europe, and you know the fabric's going to last, and it's going to be suitable for those conditions. So that's the fabric covered, guys. Let's talk about the airframe. So the airframe itself hasn't changed a huge amount from the old All Season version. So they use a 15 centimeter sort of mega beam on this one. So it's oversized to deal with that greater amount of fabric, because obviously it's a full awning. There's more weight on there, so you're going to need a larger beam to be able to withstand that. So that's the single point system. We'll just, if we quickly pop over this side, you'll see in the center beam you've got your inflation valve. Great thing with all the Residence models, they come with an electric pump as standard. So all you have to do is literally get it up to your pressure, set your pressure on your electric pump, and up it goes. Really nice and easy. You've also got isolation taps as well throughout the beam, so we'll see that when we're on the interior. So again, just as a bit of a fail-safe, if there's any problems, you can isolate the air away from the problem beam and you can get that swapped out. So it's a really clever system that Dometic have sort of engineered and just improved upon over the last sort of decade. And now we see a really reliable airframe for this awning. So let's talk about sizing and what sort of vans this will fit. So the Residence Stay is available from sizes through from 13 through to 19. So with a full awning, it's always worth just checking your A-frame measurement. Get in touch with us. We can look up your Caravan model, find what size van you fit into. But it's just really important that, again, you get that sizing right, because it's going to mean that pitching's spot on. But the great thing with this Residence, because it fits such a wide range of vehicles, there's going to be a size for you. So for demonstration purposes, this one's a size 15, so it's sort of a mid-size, and that'll give you a bit of a feel for the size of the awning itself. So in terms of depth, so all of the Residence models are 2.75 meters deep. So the great thing with that, it sort of mirrors the Dometic Club model in a way, so you'll probably get a feel from that from the styling. But the great thing with the 275 over a 250 is it's going to give you that added depth, and it also allows an extra side window to be put in, just to allow a little bit more light into the awning itself. So they're your dimensions, guys, from an awning perspective. Obviously, we'll give a little bit of background as well in terms of how you'd fit this to your van. So with it being a full awning, that's going to thread the entirety of your rail, so it'll seal really nicely into your channel. So there's no issues from sort of a draft perspective getting in like you'd have on a porch awning. So perfect for longer stays and seasonal use. And it means you're just going to take up the entire length of your caravan. So you're maximising your pitch space. So for me, if I was on a seasonal pitch, I would go for a full awning every time. So That's the sort of overview, guys. Now we're going to go into more of the granular details on the exterior. So first I want to start with a new design, a slightly new tweak, and that's the canopy. So you'll see on this one that you've got a three-sided canopy. So the old Residence All Season was just a fronted canopy. That's great as it sort of acts as a rain gutter on the front of the awning. You're not going to get that rainwater running down the front panels. But what they've done, they've just extended that to become a three-sided canopy. So really, really clever, just design tweak. I think it makes it stand out from some others in the category, in the competition. Really nice little feature. Obviously, as you can see, the air beams just extend on, and then you've got that lovely canopy there. Some of the key exterior points to note, guys, is we've got sabre lighting points on the outside. So if you want to sort of light up your entrance to the awning, you can simply insert your sabre lights there, link a couple of them up, and it makes a really nice inviting entrance to the awning. Okay, let's talk about ventilation now, guys. So with the obviously the use of the polycotton sides, the fabric itself is going to be breathable, but it's also really important that we get ventilation dotted around the awning as well. So you'll notice we have them in either corner. We've got vents in the center as well. And like all the Dometic awnings, we have the apex ventilation in the top two corners. So loads of ventilation. You've also got mesh panels on the side, panels that can zip out as well. So loads of mesh on the side. If that's not enough, you can even purchase a mesh panel for the two front panels as well. So especially on hot climates, you want that airflow, you want to stop the bugs from coming in. Definitely worth checking out those as optional extras. Then some other key points to notice, guys. I think first I want to say aesthetically, I think this is one of the most aesthetically pleasing awnings on the market. I think this new monochromatic finish from Dometic, where you've got this lovely tonal grey, black as your bottom, sort of PVC white clean fabric. I think it looks really stylish with then this nice light grey roof. So really nice aesthetic. And then because this one's aimed at those sustained periods, those longer breaks, you've got exterior blinds. So this is only available on the Residence models. Just gives you that bit of privacy. If you're away from the awning, you can leave it nice and secure. So exterior blinds there. As you'll see, lovely big PVC windows, so sort of loads of light getting into the awning. Really nice thick PVC as well, so going to last the test of time. On our sort of guy beam, so we've got the quick pitch strap in here, so really solid guys. They've also got a reflective into them as well, so nice and tonal with the awning fabric, but you have got an element of reflective as well. And then we've also got storm strap points in the two corners, so those come included, as well as the electric pump and the footprint. But then if you want to customize it further from an exterior perspective, you can zip out either side panel. They're making a stay residence annex for this as well, so you could zip in a big tall annex to either side of the awning, great for sleeping or storage. You can also clip in the new air brake that's coming out for 2026 into those points there, so that'll give you a really nice sort of enclosure around the awning. And then if you wanted a little bit more sort of sunbathing shelter space out the front of the awning as well, you can also get a clip-in canopy that would sort of extend that out further, pulled down, and it's just going to extend that pitch space even more. So the possibilities are endless with this one. You can really customize it to how you see fit. Hopefully that's the exterior covered, guys. Now we'll jump inside and go through the interior features. Okay guys, so on the inside now of the Residence Stay, let's go through the key features. So first thing you notice is how huge this awning is. So obviously the great benefit of a full awning, you've got your whole Caravan length to play with. So for me, that's the main thing. You've got over 6 meters of length, so it really gives you a great feel of space on the inside. And all of those windows, all of the PVC panels there, they just allow that light to come into the space. If that's not enough, you'll notice all of these Velcro tabs on all of the air beams in the Residence. You can connect up the Sabre 150 lighting, dot those around the awning, and it just elevates that even more. So let's talk about sort of weight on the awning before we get into the key features. So for this one, it comes in 2 bags. So all of the Residence models come as a main frame bag and then a smaller bag for the panels that zip out. So you're going to split your weight up from that perspective, but because it is aimed at those sort of seasonal pitches, it is going to be a heavy awning. Let's not get away from the fact. So you're going to be looking around the 50 to 60 kg in total for your full, as part of both bags. So it is on the weightier side. If you're thinking you're just going to use this awning for more touring, I'll definitely check out the Residence Tour model. That might, you know, it reduces the weight. It's going to be easier to put up and down for shorter periods, and that might be the one that's right for you. But normally from a sort of seasonal perspective, if you're only putting it up a couple of times a year, the weight's not as much of an issue. You're not actually towing it in your caravan. So that's the weight summed up, guys. Let's jump straight into the interior features. And for me, one thing that I really like on the new sort of tour and stay models from Dometic is the improvements to the curtains. So we see a lot nicer slide mechanism, a lot less fiddly to set up than the old version. And they've gone for a much more monochromatic sort of, which blends in with the awning fabric. Nice soft touch cotton there on the curtains, feels really nice and premium. So that's your sort of curtains covered, guys. Obviously we talked about ventilation before. You can get a better feel for the ventilation in the center here. It's a really nice addition. And we also touched on the exterior, the isolation taps. So those are these little taps here. Blends really nice into the roof fabric, so you don't really notice them that much, but you're just able to shut off the air from an individual section. It means if there is any problems, the whole awning's not going to collapse. You're able to isolate the air away and then contact us, and we can contact Dometic and we can swap out the beam within the warranty period. So that's how they sort of fail safe the awning from a single point inflation perspective. That's how all the air beams are interconnected. So we always get a lot of questions about those, so hopefully that just answers those, guys. So we talked about obviously your sort of how you can customize it from an annex perspective. You'll notice again how we touched on a huge amount of mesh on the side. So especially in the summer, I would have as much ventilation, as much mesh available to you as you can. If you did want it to be even more breezy, even more airy, you can actually zip out all of the panels completely, and then you've just got one huge sun canopy effectively. So that's the great thing with Dometic. You can really customize the awnings. You can go a bit further as well. So from an underfoot perspective, the awning comes with a free of charge footprint. So that's fully waterproof. It's going to be great to put that down first and then pitch the awning on top of that. So that comes included. But then to customize further, you could look at the continental carpet. So again, made to measure for your size of residence. It's just got a breathable carpet. It's just going to sit nicely on top of that footprint and just make it feel a little homelier underfoot. So definitely check out those as options, guys, as well. And I think on the inside you can get a real feel for how that seals really nicely to your caravan itself. So you'll notice this wing of fabric comes round. You can peg down the sort of your sort of section here, your mud flaps, and then you're going to get a completely tight seal into the van itself. So for me, if you're looking for space, if you've got a large family and you want a really nice dining area, want to sort of double your pitch space, it's a no-brainer for me. This awning ticks a lot of boxes. What we're going to do now, guys, we're just going to sum up the awning in total, maybe look at some other comparisons on the market from other brands, talk through those, but hopefully that's the interior covered, guys. Okay, guys, so if you are in the market for a brand new seasonal awning that's going to be fully inflatable, really easy to set up, for me the Residence Stay is a no-brainer. Don't get me wrong, there's some other ones to look at on the market that you want to compare to, so let's just roughly run through those. So I think from a sort of direct comparison, you'd be looking at the Telta Apex. So again, single point inflation, they're using acrylic fabric and polypropylene. It's a little bit deeper than the Residence, so it's 3 meters of depth. So that's definitely one to compare to as well. We've also got a lot of models across the Derima and Camptech range that include inflation and pole systems where you've got your full awnings. And of course, you've got Isabella from a purely pole perspective. Definitely check out the Isabella Nordic, either 240 or 300 as well. So definitely do your research, guys. By all means, we're here at Purely Outdoors to help field any questions that you might have on this awning or any others across the different suppliers. But for me, yeah, don't be wrong, it's on the heavier side because it's aimed at that seasonal use. It's a heavy quality fabric. So you've got that poly cotton, 280 gram polypropylene roof. It is really going to last that test of time, and it's going to look so sharp on the side of your caravan. So if you've got any questions at all on this model or any other awnings you'd like us to do a review video on, drop them in the comments below. But thanks so much for watching.